Hello and welcome to Titanium Talar's Tarot. And today I'll be doing a poll for Gemini, okay? So this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. If you guys have any of these planets in Gemini in your chart, welcome. If you have none of these planets in Gemini in your chart, welcome as well, because possibly you were called to this video and I say hello. All right. If you are a cross watcher, I welcome you as well, because heaven knows that I was a cross watcher for many a video. All right. And I get you. And so the reason why is because I get you and I got you. All right. Now, I already pulled your cards from the Radlech Valentine Fairy Tarot deck. Then I clarified those with the Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle. And because when I needed clarification, I used Sylvia Netzer's Mirror Truth Lenormand deck. All right. The thing is, I already pulled all these cards, but someone called me and I had to stop my video and I have to start it again. So I don't have any cards to pull. They're already out. And I'm just going to tell you as it is. Okay, so the first card out is the Two of Summer. Okay, and the Two of Summer is falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. All right, your relationship can be healed even if, okay, it looks like an impossible feat, right? Because the Two of Summer is clarified by the undressing of a salad, okay? So balance, avoiding extremes, achieving the impossible, being impossible, right? So it says that if you decide, okay, to follow with this relationship and stick to it, it will become a work. You can make it better. All right. And then you have the Seven of Summer. Seven of Summer is the Seven of Cups in normal tarot. And the Seven of Cups is having way too much choice, right? So here it says, no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over-analyzing the options. Okay? And so maybe because you're working on it and you're keeping your options open and you're seeing all of the possibilities and you're like, I like me some of that or this, definitely, yes. So it kind of reminds me of Lucifer in the show Lucifer, the devil in Lucifer, the show on Netflix. When he goes out with all these women until finally in the third, goes out with all these women. He has like intercourse with all these women, and then he decides to really go more further into one specific girl, Chloe, and it's that thing. It's just you have all this choice, but you are deciding to follow your gut feeling, your understanding of nature, your understanding of yourself, the nature, the natural magic that is all around you, that is within you. You're deciding to follow that, and with that, you will get into a new phase, because you will begin to understand what you feel, and that you are with, the seven of summers being clarified by the fawn, you're having all this choice and you're making a decision, and you, because of your decision, will start understanding your nature, the nature of nature, right? The magical law of nature, right? And that will lead you into the 9 of spring, which is you needing to defend your decision because your surroundings might give you some uh some some difficulties, okay, because they might not like your choice and you're like, bitch, please. I'm just sorry, that wasn't very timed. So you're like, please, okay, I make my own decisions. What was I gonna say? Watch yourself before you harm yourself. Okay? And that is clarified. The 9 of spring is clarified by the death card. And for some people who've been watching me for a while now, know that I am not afraid of death. Okay? I actually came close to death at some point. I was actually believing that I was dead during my accident when I was in my induced coma. You know what it was? It was, some people say that they see things. Others, I don't know what others say. I saw nothing. It was pitch black. Okay, it was pitch black. It was as if I was, I went back to being a spirit, but a spirit inside inside my head, right? So all I was seeing was pitch black, nothing, for months. Okay, because from the time they took me off of the drugs that they were using to keep me under in a induced coma, and the time I woke up from that induced coma, there was a 2-month period. So I spent 2 months alone in my head wondering what the hell was going on. So of course I had a lot of questions, which is very interesting because I had a very interesting insight that helped me in one of my philosophy classes. I took a class on Descartes in university, and Descartes, how Descartes came to his conclusion of I think, therefore I am. And I was like, holy shit. Oh my God. I want to say this. I want to say to my teacher, like, that I was in a car accident. I was hit by a car. I was put in an induced coma. And when I woke up in my mind, where I stayed for 2 months alone, okay, there were a ton of questions that were swirling around in my mind. Right? And the conclusion that, well, I had the similar conclusion as Descartes, which is because the questions that I was asking myself were, am I dead? Am I alive? Is this heaven? Is this hell? What's happening? Right? Which is one of the things that I actually say in one of my speeches. What is going on? And it's like, am I alone? Am I somewhere? Is, like I said, is this heaven? Is this hell? What the hell, right? What in the world? And that is when I came to the conclusion that Descartes came. The same conclusion that Descartes came. Maybe I didn't have as much of a detailed way of getting to the I think, therefore I am, but I had something similar, which is, well, the only way I can make sure that it was just me, like, dreaming or me being alive was that to be certain that I was living was what makes sense was that I'm thinking, therefore I am existing, which takes me to the other thing that I mentioned. Oh my Lord, that I mentioned at the beginning, I think, of this video, of spirit, of being spirit and seeing spirit, right? Yes. I'm still on. No, this is not Gemini. This is. Who is this? All right. I'm really lost in my thoughts. I think it's Gemini. Yeah, because I started one reading and then I had to stop it because someone called me. Yes. So, I'm thinking, therefore, I do exist, which takes me to the fact that, we as spirits, the conclusion to which Descartes came was that if our surroundings, if our senses cannot be trusted because they are subject to our interpretation, what is the one thing we can base ourselves on? What is the one thing that we can be 100% sure of? Because that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to take out all the things that we cannot be certain of in life. And so he boiled it down and he said that, okay, so we are thinking beings that are affected by our surroundings, right? But what is the one thing that we can be 100% certain of? Okay, seeing as our surroundings are temporary and are not necessarily, we are not something that we can base ourselves on because they are always changing and because we are interpreting them through our senses, our five senses, and that changes for everybody. And I might be generalizing, but this is what I remember from his explanation, right? The teachers, this is what I remember. The one thing that we can be certain of is that we think. That is the one constant throughout everybody. We think. And so if we take away our ability, if we take away our body, right, our physical surroundings, our senses, everything, the fact that we think is the definition of how we can be certain that we are alive. And that was a clear, that was oh my God, this is exactly what I thought when I was in my coma. This is how I could have, this is the same conclusion I came to when I was in my coma. Maybe not in these exact words, but this is what I came to, right? And this is what I was trying to say. Death is not a bad thing. Death is only you changing form. So what happens when you die is that you leave behind your body, yes, but your soul transcends to a different plane of existence. And I believe this because well, I was in a car accident, and well, actually I don't need to explain why I believe in God and all that. I am a Christian, but I also believe in life after death. Right? There must be something more. And so we are souls living human experience, and so that is why death is not the end of life. It is just the transformation of life. Because in science, all right, that I've learned, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only transform. So your body might be your body might die. Okay, yes, that is a given. But your spirit, your being, you as the soul do not die, because energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So you as the body, okay, you die and you transform to earth. Okay? Yes. But you transform into earth and you go back and you help the planet, you move the planet forward. Okay? But your soul transcends and moves on. That is why, to me, death is only the beginning. There is no death, there is no birth, there is only a continuous, if we are energetic beings living a human experience, we have lived multiple lives. We have been here multiple times. And so you can take some knowledge from your past lives, because you do have a higher self. The higher self has seen all of your lives and has collected all the information, and so on and so forth. And dang, we went down a rabbit hole, if I say so myself. Yes. All right, so now let us continue. So the next card out. So basically what I was getting at is that the 9 of spring is you needing to, okay, so you make this change, you make a choice, okay, and you become able to to understand the reality in which you are in. You understand your nature, the magic of nature, and all those things. And because you understand the natural magic, you're like, you've changed, and people are not comfortable with that, because they will give you some difficulty. Why are you changing? Why can you not stay the same? Exactly what people did when I was after my accident. My mom complained because I had changed, right? I had become impulsive, which is normal, seeing as the big issue when you get like a big ass head trauma, right? A big ass bruise on your brain, is that you become impulsive because you no longer have the same social sieves as you used to, which kept you from doing stuff. So whatever I thought I used to say, no matter the situation, no matter the people I'm surrounded with. And so yes, I did lose some friends, but it's okay, because people are not meant to stay in your life forever. Okay, some are, but others aren't. Most people are transient in your life. They just come and go. They come to teach you a lesson and they leave. That's perfectly fine as well. Okay, so these people that have difficulty understanding you and understanding why you're changing, understanding why you are becoming better, and why you have made this choice for you, are going to give you some difficulties. And this change within you is the reason why the death card is here, because you are moving into a new plane of consciousness, into new level of being. Not new level of being, but new level of consciousness, basically. And with this moving on to new level of consciousness, you will meet someone who is honorable, devoted, mature, and warm-hearted. Okay, a romantic partner you can trust. Excellent advice that comes from the heart. Getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. Right? And then clarifying that was G Hobaya, which to me reminds me of a gangsta, but that's what I say, G, right? Gangsta. But that is just me. But so G Hobaya in the upright is imaginary fears, unreal hazards, realistic caution. Okay, so you are meeting this new love. And I wasn't really sure why G Hobaya was clarifying the King of Summer. So I pulled a Sylvia Netzer Lenormand card, and the Lily came out. And the Lily is about beauty, is about sexuality, it's about sexuality, and all of those things. And so I think that maybe for you, you're having all these imaginary fears because you have not had a partner like this, and to you it seems too good to be true. And because this is a new phase, when I say this, I think this way, okay? When you enter into a new phase of life, which is something that I think Aaron Doughty mentioned about, well, I did this, right? I made this connection between what Aaron Doughty said and what he was talking about, power dynamics. Yeah, dynamics is the principle that we, I might be paraphrasing this, but this is what I understood, okay? This is my understanding of it. So life is power dynamics represents, or it might be a different term, but something is like a certain way of viewing life, views life as a spiral, okay? And every spiral has a different color, okay? And the way I see it is that every spiral is a certain level of consciousness for you, okay? And so you are, what is basically happening here is with the death card, okay? Okay, so with the Nine of Spring, you have reached the end of a cycle, and you are dying, so you're moving into a different cycle. And with this moving into a different cycle of maturity, of thought patterns, of all those things, you are meeting someone new, someone that is more aligned with who you are. But this being a new cycle, you are uncomfortable. Okay, you are uncomfortable. There's going to be a time of finding your bearings, being able to see where you must go, and see what you must do to stay in this level, because it's new, you're not used to it, and you don't feel fully comfortable in this new phase of life, right? So that is why your thoughts are basically sabotaging you, and you are creating unfounded fears, okay? And that is where the lily comes, because you find this person very attractive, but because they are a new phase, because it is a new phase and you're not used to it, right? You are kind of fearful with Jihobaya that it might not be true, it might not be real. You might not have the consciousness to be able to stay in this relationship. Dharma Jane spoke of someone who had commented on the fact that she was still single, after she is separated with her husband of many years, and at some point Dharma Jane spoke out about it and said, you know what, it's not bad, it's actually very healthy of staying single and just having untethered relationships at this point, because I need to find myself, in betweens. It's good for me to have in betweens, not to have someone that is stable, because if I attract someone serious before I have been able to move on from what was, I will only recreate the same thing over and over again. So I need to be good with me and be able to, so that I can be able to attract a better partner, because or else I will be keeping attracting the same old that I was trying to escape from before. Now I'm paraphrasing what she said, but you get the gist of it. So, and in that transition from you getting into new cycle and you getting used to the new cycle, you will have a little time period where not everything is clicking into place as you would hope, but that is completely normal, okay? So I did a lot of explaining today in this reading specifically. So I hope you guys understood what I was trying to get at. If you did, please leave a comment. And I love comments, so please comment. So let me just get back to my normal ending. Okay. This is all that I have for you guys, Gemini. If you like this and if you would like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to help. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. With that being said, I love comments. I love comments. So leave a comment because I will absolutely read them. And and probably answer them, okay? But I definitely read them. And like this video while you're at it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as well as clicking on the notification bell to be notified when I share new stuff. All right. And with that being said, I wish you all a very good week, and I will see you next time. Okay, Gemini? Bye.